Hello everyone. Today will be our first Korean class in English. So I'll start with the material I'm teaching you from. So this material was written by Mr. Luke Park, and if you want to download the material, I would put the link where you can download the material in the description box below. So I'll start with the lesson. Today we'll be learning about the basics of Korean and mainly the Korean alphabet. So the Korean alphabet is quite easy, and first let's know who made the Korean alphabet that easy. So it was Sejong Daewang. Sejong Daewang means Sejong is the name of that person who made it, and Wang means king. Dae means great. So the great king Sejong made Korean alphabet. Before that, Chinese characters were used to write the Korean language with Korean speech. So it was very hard for the commoners to learn Chinese characters since they're quite complicated. Understanding this, Sejong Daewang made this Korean alphabet and publicized it so that the commoners also could get educated. So in short, he was a very good king. So what about the Korean alphabet? The Korean alphabet is called Hangul. Hangul. Gur means syllable or letters or alphabets like that. Han means like in everything Korean you have Han as a prefix. So you can think of it like that. If you don't understand it right now, it's completely normal and it's completely okay. As we go forward, as we learn more alphabets, you'll get more acquainted with things, and then you'll understand how Han comes everywhere that indicates as Korean. So Korea or South Korea in this case is officially called Daehanmin국. Daehanmin국. So in short, it is called Hanguk. Guk means country. So in like every country name, almost every country name, not all of them, in almost every country name you have the suffix guk there. Like suppose if you're talking about America, you have it is called Miguk. So you have guk there. So guk is an indication that you're probably talking about a country or a soup. So I'm sorry about the sudden reference of food here, but yeah, guk is used as suffix for countries and for soups. I'm saying that because I thought we should start the lesson after knowing the details about what we are learning. So before getting into the alphabets as such, I would like to tell you how to write syllable or how to write Korean in general. So writing Korean comes in two orders. One is like 1, 2, 3. So you have a consonant in one position and another consonant in 3 position and a vowel in 2 position. And another order is 1, 2, 3. This is completely vertical. This you have number 2, the position 2 is standing outside. So which order you use when writing a syllable is determined by the vowel, that is number 2. Like number 1 and number 3 are always consonants, while number 2 is always gonna be a vowel, like a normal vowel or a double vowel. Just know that you always have normal vowels or double vowels in Korean, and even when it comes to consonants, you're always gonna have normal consonants or double consonants or final double consonants. Now, if you don't understand what those things are, I'll be talking about these things further in our lesson. So just understand that number 2 is always going to be vowels, and number 1 and 3 is always going to be consonants. Another thing is that it's compulsory that you always need to have something or the other in positions 1 and 2. And as for vowels, that is number 2 position, I told the orientation of the vowels used in position 2 determines whether you use this or this. If the vowel is horizontal, you use this order, and if the vowel is vertical, you use this order. Please remember that, it's very, very important. But then you'll get used to it and you will remember it and it will come to you naturally. So yeah, let's go back to what I was saying. So it is compulsory that you always have something or the other in positions 1 and 2. But on 3, you may or may not have anything. It's alright even if you don't have anything. So in positions 1 and 2, you are supposed to have something or the other. And then coming to position number 3, in position number 3, you may have normal consonants or you may have final double consonants, but never double consonants. Like you may have normal consonants, I'm saying it again, you may have normal consonants and final double consonants, I mean not both together, any one of them, or like you may have any one of them, but never double consonants. Double consonants will only come in position number 1. Double consonants will only come in position number 1. And it's, once again I'm saying, it's okay if you don't understand what I'm saying. Once you learn the alphabets, you'll understand that. Another thing is, anything you have in position number 3, anything you have in position number 3 is called bachim. Bachim. Anything on position number 3 is called bachim. Bachim literally means a platter to hold something. Like if you have something hot and you're placing it on plastic or glass, you'll put something under that so that the heat doesn't transfer directly and damage the thing. Or like you may have something to hold your, like you can say teacup and saucer. The saucer there is literally a platter. So you can say that is a bachim. It's literally something that holds underneath. So in that meaning, anything on position number 3 is called bachim. So understand that from the next time I say bachim on our class, I mean what we have on position number 3. So now let's get into the alphabets. So when it comes to alphabets, we have 14 consonants and 10 vowels. 14 consonants and 10 vowels. You don't need to remember the number of vowels and consonants because you just need to know what consonants and vowels there are, and that's pretty easy. And next, coming to double consonants, you have 5 double consonants and 11 double vowels. Double vowels is literally like you're doubling something or you're combining 2 vowels. And as for double consonants, it's literally like you're doubling some consonants. So you'll double 5 of these 14 consonants. It's like that. And as for final double consonants, you have 11 of them. It may seem like there are a lot of alphabets, but when you learn the alphabets, you can notice a pattern that is repeating. So from there, you can understand that, like, you can learn the vowels and consonants, and it's quite easy. So now we're getting into the consonants. Consonants is called ja-um. And there are, as I said, 14 of them. The first one, gyok. Like, this is just a line in between. You don't really have to bother with that. You just need to look into what is written above that line. So this is Giok. You are literally drawing a horizontal line, then a vertical line. So Giok. This is Nian. Even if you can't learn what the alphabets are called, you can just learn the pronunciations of the alphabets, because what is important is that you need to learn to speak and write the language. You don't get much from knowing how the alphabets are pronounced. So it's absolutely all right to not know how the alphabets are called. Just know how the alphabets are pronounced, and that's the main thing. So this is Giok, pronounced as G. This is Nian, pronounced as N. This is Digat, pronounced as D. This is Real, pronounced as L or R. Both L and R is written by the same alphabet. The next is Miem. Miem is pronounced as M. Beep is pronounced as B. Shit. Shit is pronounced as S, but there are also circumstances when shit comes in the bachim position, that is position number 3. It is also pronounced as the. And there are quite a lot of words where shit comes as bachim. So you need to know that it is pronounced as both s. That is when it comes in position number 1, it is pronounced as s and sh. And when it comes in position number 3, it may be pronounced as s or it may be pronounced as the. I'll be explaining how the pronunciation works when we encounter those words. I don't want to cram up things considering that it's our first class in English. So I'm just going over the consonants so that you can take it up slowly, take the alphabets up slowly in this week. This one is Ing. Ing is like when it comes in position number 1, it has no pronunciation. It's literally simply standing there, just for the sake of having something at position number 1. But if ing comes as a bachim, that is in position number 3, it is pronounced as n. That is the sound you literally have in ing words, like running, playing, bowling, sleeping. Everywhere you have last one n, right? That n pronunciation is produced by ing when it comes as a bachim, that is in position number 3. Next is jid. Jid is pronounced as j or again d when it comes as bachim. That too I'll be telling you when we have examples like that. The next one is ch. Ch or chit. Chit is pronounced as ch, and this may also have the pronunciation when it comes as bachim. Again, I'll be telling you that in detail when we have examples like that. Kyug. Kyug is literally pronounced as k. Tyut is literally pronounced as t, not t, it's t. Peep. Peep is pronounced as p. Here is pronounced as h. So you have g, n, d, l, r, m, b, s, no sound, and n sound, j, ch, k, t, p, h. So it may be quite a lot in the first day, so I'm just doing the simple consonants and vowels. We'll look at the double consonants and double vowels and the final double consonants in the next lesson. So I'll just do the vowels and finish the lesson. So this is vowels and it's called mom. Our consonants were called jaum. Vowels here it is called mom. And as I told, the material I teach from, I have the link for that in the description box. And today we are studying from pages 8 and 9. So let's go back to the lesson. The line you see underneath here, as we saw in the consonants too, it's just for the sake of it. So you don't really have to mind it. You just need to know the vowels. The first one is R. You draw a long line, a long vertical line, and a short horizontal line from the midst of it. That is called R. The next one, you draw one more line for the R, that is one more horizontal, short horizontal line for the R, that becomes Ya. The next one is O. Listen very carefully to the pronunciation. This is O. You close your throat and open your mouth and say O. That's how this pronunciation, this voice is produced. You draw a short horizontal line to the left side. The Ya and Ah, we had horizontal lines to the right side. In O, we have horizontal line to the left side. And in the next page, we have the leftover vowels. So as we saw O in the last page, when you draw one more line, it becomes Yo or Yo. So you can see a pattern here. You have A first, and then you draw one more line, it becomes Ya. Then you have O first, you draw one more line, it becomes Yo. The next one is O. O. The first one was O, this is O. That means your lips literally form the shape of a donut. The other one was like you're opening your mouth and you're just saying oh. This one is like you're closing your mouth to a very small opening and then you're saying like you're forming the shape of a donut with your lips and then saying O. This is O, and when you put one more line, you have Yo. So you draw a long horizontal line and a short vertical line. First, when we saw A, we had the vertical line long. Now we are seeing the opposite here. So you can see a pattern there. You draw one thing and then you draw one more line. It becomes Ya pronunciation. You add a Y there. And the same thing, you change the length of the lines you're using to opposite, then it becomes another vowel. So that's why I told the alphabets are very easy, and Sejong Dewang made it like that for a purpose. So O, Yo. The next one is like you have the line, the vertical line underneath the horizontal line. You're just turning over O. Make the O upside down, you get U. U becomes U. You draw one more line to U, it becomes U. Then you have a simple horizontal line. Just a single horizontal line. A simple single horizontal line that becomes pronunciation. Like when you say Yorum. Yorum means summer. So in that rum pronunciation, you are saying rum. For that, you use this vowel. The next is a simple vertical line. First you had a simple horizontal line. Now you have a simple vertical line. This vertical line is E. This vertical line is E. So we saw consonants and vowels in this lesson. I'm not going into the double consonants or the other things as I mentioned earlier. So I hope today's class is clear. If you have any doubts, you can put those in the comment section and I'll be answering all your queries. So we'll see with the leftover alphabets in our next class. Thank you.